Hello guys, so today we are going to learn about the tenses. There are three kinds of tenses: past, present and future. And in the past, present and future tense, we are going to find four subdivisions of tenses. So in case of present tense, right now we can see there is present indefinite tense, present continuous tense, present perfect tense and perfect continuous tense. Similarly, there'll be the same four subdivisions for both past and future tenses, but right now we are considering and we are going to learn only about the present tenses, right? So first we are going to start with the present indefinite tense or the simple present tense. In order to understand simple present tense better, we have to first know about the persons. What is first person? First person means what? Me. I, me, myself. That's the first person. The second person is you who are learning about this right now. And the third person is somebody who's not associated with us in any way right now and who's not in the scenario right now. So he, she, it, all of it falls under the third person. You falls under the second person and I falls under the first person. So you can see that I have written few nouns and pronouns over here to make it understand. Like I'm going to say one verb and you're going to understand how we are going to use it. So the first rule is that we have to see what kind of a subject it is, and we have to see that whether we are going to use an have or a has in the along with the pronouns, and that is going to make us understand that whether we will be using the normal verb or we are going to use an s or an es with the verb. Suppose Annabella sings or Annabella sing. What are we going to use with Annabella? We are going to say Annabella is a she, so she has, right? It's a third person. So Annabella sings. Thomas is a boy. It will be again the third person. So Thomas laughs. We are you going to use an s. I laugh. You play. They and we dance. They dance, we dance. It sings or it claps or something like that. So we are going to use an s in all of the three forms. That's the first part, guys. The second part is present continuous tense. The rule is simple. We have to see the subject and then we have to determine whether we are going to use an is, am or are with the subject, and then we are going to use an ing form of the verb. So you, what are we going to use with you? You were, after you we are going to use an are. So you are learning. You are learning. I I am teaching. Thomas and Harry are painting. They are plurals, right? So that's why I've used are. The birds are chirping. So that's the concept of present continuous tense. Now we are going to learn about the present perfect tense. The rule is simple again. We have to use has or have with the subject. We have to first understand that whether the subject is a first person or a second person or a third person. We have to apply the has or have along with that. And then we are going to use the V3 form of the verb. So you know what is V3, V1, V2 and V3 form? V1 is present tense, V2 is past, and V3 is the past participle form of the verb. So if I'm saying see, saw, seen is the verb 3 or the past participle of the form. So we are going to be using this part. So if you do not know this, you cannot solve or you cannot do the exercises that are related to perfect tenses. So I'm going to provide you a list at the end of the video with the V1, V2, V3 forms that are generally used in the sentences, and then you can learn from it, and then you can apply it in the exercises that you're going to get in the schools or anywhere else. Now, what do we use with you? With you, we always use have. So you have seen. You have seen that person. So see, I'm going to use the V3 form here, and then before that, I'm going to use a have form. I'm not using has here, but after she, we always use a has. So we are going to say she has gone. She has gone to some place. We do not know which place, but we know some place. So that's how we do the present perfect tense. For present perfect continuous tense, what is the rule? First, we have to use either the has or the have, but for that we have to know what kind of a subject we are dealing with, and then we are going to put a been and then an ing form of the verb. So you have been studying well. See, I've used the ing form of the verb and have been. I have been teaching. since the past few years. They have been doing household chores. So that's how you do the tenses.